Yeah, what I want to talk to you guys about is how to control yourself when happy. Now, that's the truth about this world, is that this world is just so bitter because of the ignorance of a lot of people that people don't know how to control themselves when they get happy. When they finally get happy, you know, they don't know how to control themselves. And in this society we live in, it's actually expected of people, from what I've heard, for people emotionally to be in the middle and it's only for like very special occasions like weddings and stuff that people will be in the middle. People will be in the will have a very good time, and even then there are rules, because society doesn't expect people to be peak happiness. A lot of people say that they don't want to be extremely happy because they would be all over the place and acting like a maniac. And that's true. When you feel really happy, you do act like a maniac, because for a lot of people, they're not used to feeling really happy. But I believe in this world, with the prosperity we have, if emotionally you're having a really good day, I think there's a way for you to at least as close as possible. Of course, it will be noticeable, being realistic here, but at the same time, there's a possible way you can try to control your body language so you look as normal as possible. And I feel, because to be honest with you, if you were to go around smiling and giggling, smiling and saying hi to random people, some people might scream at you, say, "Leave me the hell alone." Some people might just simply, ignore what you had to say. Some people might just simply, some people might simply just be rude and say, "Get out of my way, get out of my way." Because who knows? Maybe they're miserable and they want to make your day miserable. Maybe, maybe they just don't care. Regardless of it, and also your body language, man. If you're walking around and you're really happy, it creeps a lot of people out. If you're hyperactive and you're moving up and down the house, okay, it's gonna get annoying, and you might say, "Well, this is the first time I've ever felt happy in a long time. Can you at least let me? Oh, come on, just 10 minutes, 10 minutes." Some people are just gonna simply say, "Oh my God, will you just shut up? I'm trying to watch a TV." Now, what does that do? You just spoiled a day, one of the very few days you actually feel really happy. So to be honest with you, the best possible solution is to learn how to control it through body language. Because there are ways, I believe, I don't know if this is a fact, but at least, because honestly, man, this world is so disorganized that honestly, it's very hard to get proper information from places. Like, you'll watch videos on tutorials, and most of the time they don't even give you, from most of the people, it gets poor reviews in most cases, which really shows you how organized people are, but that's another issue. But honestly, the main issue, what people need to focus on is how to be organized. I mean, how to control yourself, your body language, so you could feel the happiness, but at the same time, still look as normal as possible and not be twisting your head like this and like just moving all over the place. Because there's been times in my life, because the truth about me is I'm a very energetic person. I can feel things. I'll get to that issue, at least when referring to music, in another video, but I'll just say, I get very energetic, and emotionally, when I listen to a good song, if I'm having a good day or something, even though it lasts for like a few seconds before, a few tens of seconds before, being here in, being in Toronto, really, until it gets ruined, because a car starts to slow down because there's so much traffic. For the meanwhile, I actually feel really happy. I've actually learned to control it. I don't rock around the place, even in a car, like I used to. That's close to reaching the peak happiness, and it's happiness kind of for a reason, because I like to daydream a lot. So I think the best possible solution, whether it's listening to music, if you want to control yourself when you're listening to a good song, because sometimes people listen to a good song and they kind of twitch and move around, and people are thinking to themselves, what's wrong with you? I think the best thing, if you're listening to a really good song, is to try to bob your head back and forth with the beat. Okay, because if you're just doing it like this, and the beat is like boom, 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 and you're moving it like this, it makes you look like there's something wrong with you. So to try to control your hyperactivity, try to move your head with the beat as much as possible. Okay, and if you don't do that, maybe press on the ground, your feet, and try not to make too much of a noise and disturbing other people in the process, or maybe, I don't know, just try to pretend snapping your hands or something, just to get in the motion of controlling it, or and getting in the right body posture. Maybe you might look like this, and just nod your head back and forth, because nodding your head is I guess is a good way, to try to control it. To try to control it, because the thing about music is that music, even if you're miserable as hell, it's a good way to simulate how peak happiness, how feeling happy feels like. Sure, it's lustful happiness, which means you visualize how good it would feel, but you don't actually have it. But it's a good way to practice. And another way, if you're practicing learning how to be happy in real life, not even for listening to music, it could just be walking down a street or something. I feel one way you could practice is maybe going into a course, going into a course or something, listen to music with your headphones on, and while you're doing it, try to make sure that you replicate how you would normally move, okay? Like everything from how fast you move your arms back and forth, the style of how you walk, to how you just normally look in regular situations. No nodding of the head this time, and try to look alert, at the same time, like maybe look left and right. Just look at any random option in every random direction, because even though you're not listening to us, because if you're really happy, it is known that when people are bipolar, they'll just run across the street without even looking both sides. So it's best to, so if we do live in a better world, as I was talking about in my previous video, it's best that we try to practice for people to learn how to control themselves so it doesn't get annoying and creepy. Because would you want to see somebody smiling all the time, and just jamming and singing out loud? Because some people, when they're really happy, their behavior is extremely irritating. So do you want that to happen? Do you want people to just randomly carry on with long conversations with you? I don't think so. So the best solution is that people try to learn how to control it. And when it comes to the smiling thing, like just to smile to the point that it seems like there's something wrong with you, I think the best possible solution, and I'm not trying to talk down on people, okay? Because I know these things happen naturally. And there's nothing wrong with feeling that happy. But trying to control your body language, that's the issue, okay? Is when you feel like you just want to smile all the time, I feel it goes back to trying to think positively, you know, well, not thinking positively, but trying to think in a way, in a way where you don't think repetitively. So you don't just go around smiling or something, or maybe just so if you might get a thought that comes in your head that makes you feel like you want to just grin, it doesn't happen, okay? But maybe you could just practice, just like smile, just keeping your face open like this. Like it sounds crazy, but with maybe practicing while listening to music and keeping in posture, it might happen automatically. You might start doing it automatically without even realizing it, and then we can live in a better world where people feel very happy without having to worry about irritating people. And that's it.